Hi, my name is Tom Camplain and I'm with Georgia Institute of EMS, and I'm here to help walk you through the online course room for the State of Georgia EMS Preceptor Course. Hence, this tutorial could help you with other courses as well, just in case. So let's go ahead and let's get started with this. And if you haven't already done so, you could go to myemsconed.com. And from there, you can go to Shop Courses. And to find the EMS Preceptor course, you want to go to Instructor. And from there, you'll see the State of Georgia EMS Preceptor course. And you'll see that that class is free of charge to everyone. So what we'll do is we'll hit Add to Cart. And then from there, you'll see that your cart just has now added one item. So I'm going to go there and I'm going to click on that one item. And I'm going to see that I have one item in my shopping cart at a price of $0. What a bargain, right? So let's proceed to checkout. And then from there, it's going to ask us if we're a returning customer. If you are one of our returning customers, you can click there to log in. But if you're not, don't worry about it. You can set up an account. So here, just enter your first name. Now make sure this is going to be the name that's going to appear on your course completion certificate. So make sure it is what you want. So I'm going to put Tommy, Tom, and last name's Tester, since we're just testing this and showing you how it works. And then you'll have a place to put your street address, 111 Any Town Road, apartment. We don't have an apartment, so we'll put our city as Any Town, Georgia. Oh, I guess I should have clicked on Georgia. 33330. And then we'll put a phone number of 404-444-0009. Who knows? And then we'll put an email address here. Tommy Tester @gmail.com. And then we'll need to make a password. So make sure it's a password that you remember. So also too, just a note about the email address. I made up a fictitious email address, and yeah, it will let me in, but it's going to email you your username afterwards. Now you'll be able to go from this page straight into the course room. But if you want to recover your username and stuff, it needs to go to an email that you get and that you communicate with. Also, to be able to communicate with the instructors and stuff, don't use your spam email here. Use a good, legitimate email so that we can have good communications, especially in the course room and with classes and stuff. So here, this is our order, and then we have to agree to the terms and conditions. Terms and conditions, if you want to read them, you can read them there, but they're the standard terms and conditions of any website. All the legal words and stuff, and you can take time to read that, but you do have to accept those. And then you can hit place order. I want to say not now. It's up to you if you want to do that. And it's going to say order received, and it says you'll be redirected to the My Courses page within the next few seconds, or you can click on this. But if you just wait to the countdown, it will take you to the My Courses page, and you'll see here the State of Georgia Preceptor course here. We're in the process of fixing this part here. We just need to make that a little bigger, but for now you'll see this is the State of Georgia courses, and you will be able to find your courses under My Courses, and you'll be able to log into your account under user account. Like if you click on user account, There you are. Hello, Tommy Tester. That's us. So that's going to be your username. And then you can come back to My Courses and you can see there's your course. And to get to your course, all you have to do is click on it and it will bring you here to your course. And here you'll see we'll have an area for any announcements, and you can click on announcements if there's anything. Usually in a Con Ed class, there's not as many announcements, but sometimes we may put something in there like the course room may go down for maintenance or something like that could be posted in there. And if you have the correct email address, then you will also get an email there. Now to get back, you can get back to the course room a couple different ways. You can click here on Preceptor, or you can click over here where it says Preceptor. So here you'll see you have several modules. There's technically 7 modules, even though it says module 6. It's 7 counting the introduction. You have to do the introduction, then you have module 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then you have a final exam, and then you'll have a chance to get your end of course certificate there. So I'm going to utilize some Hollywood magic to try and make this go a little quicker. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take you through the introduction first. And if you see here, you have a lecture. Now you see I can't click on anything here. And it's because I have to complete this section first completely before it will allow me to go to module 1. Also here, I can't click on the quiz yet. Even though it shows here, if you can see it says restricted, not available unless the activity lecture Introduction to the Preceptor Course is marked complete. So I have to watch the lecture first, and once I watch the lecture, then I'll be able to take the quiz. So here I'm going to click on the lecture, and you can see a video comes up. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to make sure my volume's turned down because you'll get feedback. Let me turn the volume down. And I'm going to watch the lecture. And the lecture is going to play. Now, if you see it's standard YouTube, if I want to make this full screen, I can make it full screen. And if I want to come back, I just hit escape and it brings it back. But it's still playing in the background. If you want to change the settings here, I've got it set to HD 720, but you can set that to whatever you want if you like, and so on. Now you could click here and watch it in YouTube, but to get credit for watching the video, you need to watch it within the course room. But if you hit full screen, it will give you credit for watching it as well. So I'm going to pause the video for just a moment while I go through and listen to this video. So let's stand by for a second. Okay, so I have watched the video. As you can see here, it is just finishing up the last few seconds of this video. We've got about 13 seconds left to go through. And once it's finished, then I should be able to go to the next part of the lesson, which is going to be the quiz. A few ways I can get there. I can come over here and I can click this button here that says quiz to get there. And see if I click on that, it will take me to the attempt quiz now. Or I could have gone back to the course room and clicked on the quiz introduction. As you can see now, it allows me to click on it. And if you see here, now there's these check boxes that have appeared. I watched the lecture, and then that box got a check in it. Now when I finish the quiz, it will allow me, it will put a checkbox there as well. Now each module will have a quiz. These quizzes are about anywhere from 3 to 5 questions each, and you must score an 80% or higher to get credit for it. Now you do have multiple attempts to get that. So you should be able to do it. So if you're listening to the lectures and paying attention, you should do fine with the quizzes. You may want to take a few notes just like you would in any class, but the questions, I promise you, are not very difficult, but they are intended to ensure that you are paying attention to the lesson and you are learning the content as intended. So I'm going to click on quiz right quick, and then I'm going to click attempt quiz now. And once I do that, you see I have 3 questions here, and it's going to allow me to go back and forth. If I click on the navigation, I can go from question to question. Now these quizzes come from a test bank, so the questions are not going to always be the same for every user, or if you have multiple attempts, the questions may not be the same as well. So to answer the question, all I have to do is choose an answer and hit next page and go. Now, if I want to go back and change my answer, I can either click previous page or I could have clicked over here. Now, if you see how this box changed colors, that means that I have answered that one, and so on. Now, I'm going to pause the video once again as I take the quiz, and then I will return. Okay, so I have finished my quiz. If you can see here, I finished all 3 questions, and now a button appears that says finish attempt, and I can either hit finish attempt here or I can hit finish attempt here. So I'm going to click finish attempt here, and then it's going to come up and it's going to give me a summary, and it says I've got the 3 questions here. They're auto-saved here, and if I want to, I can return to the attempt if I feel like I need to change an answer or something, or I can click submit all and finish, and I'm ready to submit it. So I'm going to hit submit all and finish, and it's going to pop up one more time saying, pretty much it's saying, are you sure? Because once you do this, it's done. So I'm going to submit all and finish, and it's going to give me my grade, which I made a 100 on. So from here, I can click over here where it says Finish Review. And it's going to take me to a summary here. It says, hey, I made a 100. If I wanted to reattempt the quiz, if I did not make high enough grade, if I did not make that 80%, I can reattempt the quiz here if I need to. Or now that I'm done, I can go to Lecture Module 1. But I'm going to come back here to the main course page so you can see what it looks like now. As you can see now, look, Module 1, Roles and Responsibilities of the EMS Preceptor, is now open, and it have Lecture Module 1 available to me with no checkbox there. So now, in order for me to get my checkbox, I need to watch Lecture Module 1. So to do so, I'm going to just click on it and listen to the lecture just like I did before. And with the magic of movies, I am going to fast forward and go through this. I'm not going to really fast forward. I'm going to pause for a second while we go through this so I can get credit, and then I'll start the recording back. All right, so we have made it to the end of Lecture Module 1. Just finishing up the last few seconds here. And if you see now, Quiz Module 1 is now here. So I'm going to just go back to the main course room. Like I could click here if I wanted to, but I'm going to go back to the main course room so that you can see how we now have the Quiz Module 1 there. And my internet's running just a little slow because I am uploading a video, and I probably shouldn't be uploading a video right now, but here we go. So now we see Quiz Module 1 has appeared, no checkbox. And in order for me to get the checkbox, I need to click on Quiz Module 1 and take the quiz. And then, after I do that, guess what? Module 2 will open with a lecture. And then a quiz will appear there as well. Now I'm going to, like I did before, I'm going to pause everything and go through this entire 4.5-hour class right quick so that I can show you the ending part of the program. So Let me put you on pause and then I will be back. Okay, so as you can see here, I've made it through the entire course. If you notice, as I have finished each section, a little box popped up over here with the check mark next to it, indicating that I've completed the task needed to make it from one module to the next module. Now I'm down here at the final exam. As you see, I have the final exam to do. And then what I'll do is I will click on the final exam and I will click Attempt Quiz Now, just like I did with the other quizzes. And it's going to pop up with a question. And you can see I have 20 questions here, and I must score an 80% or above to get credit for it. So I'm going to, once again, pause the program while I go through and I take this exam. All right, so welcome back, and magically I have passed my final exam. And as you can see, a check box has applied here. So next I have to get my certificate, which is important because I want the continuing education and I want to be able to show my employer that I completed the training as well if it's a requirement. So here I need to make a choice because we provide two types of continuing education credit for this class. One is either provider continuing education or instructor continuing education. Now, what is the difference between the two? The provider continuing education will go towards your provider license. That is your EMT, your EMT-I, your AEMT, your cardiac tech, or your paramedic relicensure as a provider. If you are not an instructor, that is what you need to choose, is the provider kind. If you are an instructor, you can choose, hey, do I want to use this towards my provider license or do I want to use it towards my instructor license? Because EMS instructors are required to have 24 hours of continuing education every 2 years as well and instructional techniques. And this will allow you to earn that continuing, some hours towards that continuing education, which is 4.5 hours. So here, what you're going to do is you are going to click on this and you're going to have to choose which one you want. Do you want to be a provider or do you want to be an instructor? And here I'm going to say I want to be a provider. And then it's going to ask me, do I really want to become a member of that provider group? And I'm going to say yes, but if I change my mind, I can hit cancel and I can come back and I can make my decision. Now, once I make a decision here, that decision is pretty much final. If a certificate has been issued to you, that is what you will get. In order to get an additional certificate, you would have to retake the entire course again because you cannot get double credit for taking it once. So you either have to apply it towards your instructor license or your provider license. And so here I'm going to say I'm a provider. I'm going to become a member of the provider group. I'm going to click become a member. And now I can click here to go to my certificate. Or I'm going to click here and I'm going to show you. And now the EMS provider CEU certificate is here. Now the CEU certificate is not completed, so all you're going to see here is an example. So I'm going to click on that and then I can click download certificate and it's going to download my certificate here. And it will be something similar to this, Georgia Institute, and have your name, have a signature there with a course ID and the course description, which would be in there as well. And you can save that or you can print it out however you like. So let's say something happened and you needed to go back and get another copy of it. Well, you can always come back here and click on this and re-download your certificate, and it'll tell you there when it was issued to you, and you can always re-download your certificate there at any time by just logging into the course and just going to download certificate, and that will get you to it. And that is the conclusion of this online tutorial. I hope that it's helped you. If you have any questions going through the class, please feel free to give us a call. You can give us a call at 678-561-2368. Or you can email us at info@gaiems.com, and we'll be more than glad to help you with any questions or anything you may have. Once again, you can call us at 678-561-2368, or email us at info@gaiems.com. Now, you can call us during normal business hours. If you're taking the course at 2 o'clock in the morning, no one's going to answer at that time. But during normal business hours, you can contact us there. But you can always email us, and we will get back to you pretty promptly. So thank you. I hope you enjoyed this course. And if you run into any issues, please let us know. And we'll see you at the conclusion of the course.